Hello, everybody. Glad to have you with us live from the Willard Dewey Gymnasium. So we're just about to get things set off between the Springfield Senators and the Pleasant Plains Cardinals. It's a non-conference matchup on this Saturday afternoon. Glad to have you with us. I'm Alonzo Veach alongside Avery Pound. Avery, good to be back with some boys basketball.
It's great to be back. We had girls basketball last night. They came out with a 15-point win over Quincy High School, and the boys have already begun their action this year too. The boys took on the North Mac Panthers in Verdon, Illinois last night and beat them by 40 points. Some might call that somewhat of a scrimmage or spring training game, but this should be more of a contest as Pleasant Plains finished the season very well and very high in the Sangamo Conference. A little Sangamo and CS8 matchup coming your way here just momentarily. However, we will pause for a moment here before the game starts for the singing of our national anthem.
Would everybody please rise and remove your hat if you're wearing one and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, something unusual you guys might see about this year is the fact that there is no tip-off. It's simply an inbounding pass from the away team at all basketball games. However, we'll go over the starting lineups here real quickly for your Springfield High boys basketball game, taking on the Cardinals of Pleasant Plains, Illinois. Starting for Springfield High School, we have number 5, senior Shane Miller. Number 2, senior Betty Slater. We have another senior, Daylin Banks. Jeffrey Elms takes over the starting role of Artez Hansen as he's out tonight with a leg injury he suffered in last night's win over North Mac. And finally, we have the new transfer out of Glenwood High School, Mitch Logan, number 3, a junior. Alonzo, I'll hand it over to you as we start this game off.
Pleasant Plains has Mason Williams, Justin Guernsey, as it's going to be a quick turnover forced by the Senators as we get things started from the Willard Dewey Gymnasium. AJ Pankey and Brady Marshall is on the court for Pleasant Plains. Quick turnover just forced by the Springfield Senators, as Miller now will drive into the lane. Now it's out to Slater, the big duo from this Senator team. 4-time, as they've been starting since freshman year. Slater's unable to convert on that layup. Plains gets the ball back. Guernsey in the lane with a tough layup, can't finish that as Slater picks up the rebound. He's moving coast to coast. Slater, no look pass down to Banks. Now it's Elms with it. Miller wide open 3, in and out. Can't finish as Plains will pick up the rebound, but Elms with a quick steal underneath and a foul. As originally A.J. Pankey for Pleasant Plains picked up that rebound, but Jeff Elms was able to stick with it, got the ball back, and was fouled.
First foul of the game for either side. That foul will be charged to number 22, A.J. Pankey of Pleasant Plains. Momentary pause for a change of basketballs real quick.
So just about a minute into this first period, still scoreless. It's the Cardinals of Pleasant Plains and the Senators of Springfield High School. As Logan's on the left side, his first year coming over from Glenwood. As Miller puts up a floater and it's good for two, as the Senators will break the goose egg first. On the right wing, it's Watson. No look pass down low, sent back by Benny Slater. It's the Senators moving the other way. Here's Miller. Euro step in the lane, can't finish off the backboard, but tipped back
Another
in
good
by
play.
Mitchell Logan. Benny Slater came out of nowhere with that dunk, with that block rather. We've seen a number of those last year. As another quick steal coming from the Senators. Miller picks it up and he'll lay it on in himself. 6-0 is our score with 6:19 to go in the first period. Forces a timeout from Kyle Weber, the head coach of Pleasant Plains. It's a 30-second timeout. Senators with a quick 6-0 lead.
Alonzo just mentioned a number of blocks made by Benny Slater in last season's playing. However, that was not just a low number. He had a total of 112 blocks in last season. So he's no stranger to blocking people from getting the basketball through the rim and into the net.
A big factor from last night's ball game between the Lady Senators and the Quincy Blue Devils. As we mentioned, that they kept with the basketball, kept with the play, forced things to happen. We saw that with Jeffrey Elms a moment ago. As the Plains picked up a nice rebound, Elms stuck with the play, got the ball back, and was fouled. Hopefully we'll see that continue here as this game progresses. Plains with the basketball now. They're trailing 6-0 early. It's Watson in the corner. He's guarded by Elms. 3 now from the corner. Won't go. That shot there was taken by Justin Guernsey. As Banks picked up that rebound, and that ball was hit out of bounds that time by Guernsey. And the Senators will get it back. I believe we have a technical foul here from Guernsey. Yeah, it's going to be a technical foul on Justin Guernsey. Just about 2 minutes into this ball game. Plains hasn't even got on the board yet, and Shane Miller's at the line taking 2 technical free throws here. Senators leading 6-0. I'm not exactly sure what he got teed up for.
I'm not sure either.
As Miller hits the first free throw, 7-0 is our
I
score.
noticed a little bit of contact over there, although I didn't see anything flagrant about it at all. Did you, Alonzo?
No, I didn't.
Technical nonetheless, as Shane Miller will go for his second free throw and unable to convert.
So 7-0 is our score following the technical free throw from technical foul rather from Justin Guernsey. Jimmy McFadden will check into the game for the Cardinals. Senators get the ball back following that technical. Miller running the offense, hands it off to Mitchell Logan. Banks with a deep 3 from the right wing, in and out, can't hit it. Elms fighting over that rebound, and the Senators get it back. Nice pass down low to Slater in the paint, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Charge to Benny Slater. As the Cardinals will get it back, they're trying to get some offense going here, Avery. They're down 7-0. 5:30 to go in this first period. 7-0 is our score in favor of the Senators. Watson's at the point as he gets pickpocketed by Jeffrey Elms. Here he comes the other way. It's Elms now to Logan with the left hand, and he gets it.
Nice.
Another timeout taken by Kyle Weber. It's a quick 9-0 lead in favor of the Senators.
Pleasant Plains trying to slow down Springfield High. However, their offense is unable to be slowed down, as shown from last night's game at North Mac. Springfield High, however, has had a couple of quick defensive plays that have resulted in points. particularly from those of Jeffrey Elms. Jeffrey Elms with a steal just there moments ago, and that boosts the turnover number for Pleasant Plains up to 4 already, and there's still 5:17 remaining in this first quarter of play.
So Mason Williams will end on the ball for the Cardinals. As you see, the Senators forcing the man-to-man pressure. Inbounds it into Watson, who gives it back to Williams. Miller guarding Williams here. Cardinals down 9-0. Williams trying to drive the length of the court, as that'll go out of bounds off of Williams. That was forced by Shane Miller, and the Senators will get it back on the turnover. 5 minutes to go in this first period. 9-0 is our score. Springfield High on top. Miller, he was looking for Slater, but he gives it right back up to Mason Watson. Cardinals looking to get some offense here. Unable to do so on this possession as A.J. Pankey traveled on that play. Another turnover for the Cardinals. And now we'll have our first mask timeout. First dead ball under 5 minutes of each quarter.
Barely under 5 minutes here, 11 seconds past the mark. However, it's past the mark nonetheless, and we have a mask timeout. Through this mask timeout, some of the players will rehydrate and take their masks off so they can breathe a little bit, but more importantly, the coaches will take this free timeout given by the referees to talk with their team and come up with a game plan for the next 5 minutes of this quarter. A couple of highlights from last year. We saw leading point scorer for Springfield High was Shane Miller. Both Benny Slater and Shane Miller hit their 1,000 points towards the end of last season. Benny had 514 points on the season, and Shane with 563. Shane averaged 17.1 points per game, and he kept on par. He had 11 points last night. However, every varsity player, aside from Artez Hansen, was able to score points in last night's affair with North Mac. With that, I'll give it back to you, Alonzo, as Shane Miller calls out a play as he takes it up the floor here.
9-0 is our score in favor of the Senators. 4:38 to go in the first period. Long pass now to Logan in the corner, as the Senators will look for an opening here. That's Banks on the right wing. Elms now pulls up for 3 from the left wing. Can't finish. Rebound will go to the Cardinals. It's Mason Williams on that rebound. Long pass up ahead to Jimmy McFadden, who can't handle it. It goes out of bounds off of him. That's 7 turnovers rather, from the Cardinals up to this point. In the corner, it's Elms as the Senators will look for an opening here, passing around the arc. Logan from the right wing. Slater pulls up for 3 in the corner, off the front iron, can't finish. Brady Marshall on that rebound for the Cardinals as they will look to try to get some offense here. Trailing 9-0 in this first period. Williams will hand it off to Brady Marshall, guarded by Shane Miller. Marshall in the lane, tough layup, can't finish. Dalen Banks with the rebound. Another missed opportunity for the Cardinals. Inside to Slater, tough layup, hack down there, no call. Third time to charm, and he hits it. He's going to the line for a free throw here. Is that layup's able to convert? Chance for a 3-point play. That foul was charged to Jimmy McFadden. That's
Jimmy McFadden.
Sorry, Brady Marshall was charged with that foul. That's his first personal. And the third team foul for the Cardinals. Benny Slater at the line, trying to make this a 3-point play. Unable to do so. Rebound goes to Logan inside, as he's fouled on the shot, and he'll go to the line for 2 free throws himself.
This will be Logan's first trip to the line of the game. Mitch Logan had a nice night last night. He put together a couple of back-to-back dunks there. In addition to the,
First free throw is good from Logan as he misses the second one. 12-0 is our score. Driving baseline now, it's Powell inside, sent back again by Benny Slater. Up ahead to Miller. Miller with the right hand gets that swatted away, that time by Justin Guernsey. Here come the Cardinals moving the other way. It's Wilson with the left hand, and he finishes. As the Cardinals able to get on the board finally, it's 12-2 with just under 3 minutes to go in this first period. Elms will bring it up for the Senators. Long pass cross court to Banks and inside to Miller now, puts up a tough layup and he scores. 14-2 now in favor of the Senators.
That layup just moments ago by Pleasant Plains put them on the board finally with 2 minutes remaining in this quarter as Springfield High gets an easy steal and a travel by Dalen Banks on the breakaway. Dalen Banks and Shane Miller. Buddies will laugh that one off there.
This is our first boys home game of the year for the Senators. Last night the girls defeated Quincy High School. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday night. That's the girls will take on Southeast right here at home. The boys take on Southeast over at Southeast. But we'll have the girls game for you here Tuesday night as another turnover is forced by the Senators. Banks moving coast to coast and he finishes. Tough layup there, making it a 16-2 ball game. Cardinals trying to get something going as it's been all Senators this quarter. Long two, deep three now from Watson as he can't finish. Tough collision as Logan moving the other way, slams it home.
Jam sandwich from Mitch Logan, who had 2 of those last night, and that pairs with his 7 points that he put on the boards last night. We'll see how many he does tonight. I've heard a lot of talk from Coach Joby Crum about how good this graduate transfer is. His brother, Montre Logan, was a stud at Glenwood last year and put together a very nice season. And his little brother, Mitch, has decided to come over to Springfield High, and we're certainly glad to have him here.
So we have 1 minute, 33 seconds remaining in this first period, and the Senators are leading 18-2. First home game for the boys this year. This non-conference matchup against Pleasant Plains. Like we mentioned, they'll face Southeast at Southeast Tuesday night.
Little Sangamo CS8 matchup here. In other conference matchups, Lanphier was playing Lincoln today. Lincoln not in the CS8 anymore, however they formerly were. But Lanphier, a big in-city rival for Springfield High, and Lincoln was able to defeat Lanphier by 7 points, if I'm not mistaken.
So the Cardinals will start off with possession. They're trailing this ball game 18-2 in favor with less than 90 seconds to go in the first period. So that one's given right back up to Mitchell Logan. Logan loses the handle on it, but picks it back up by Miller. Miller now to inside with the left hand. That time that was Brandon Robinson with the left hand. 20-2 now. Cooper Burke also checks into the game as Williams puts up a wild layup and is fouled on the shot, so he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. That foul will be charged to Mitchell Logan. That's his first personal. And the second team foul against the Senators.
As a team last night, Springfield High only had 11 fouls as Mason Williams sinks his first free throw. 3 points now on the board for Pleasant Plains as Mason Williams will remain at the line for his second one. Trying to make it a 16-point game here.
Just over a minute to go in this first period. Williams' second free throw is good. 20-4 is our score now in favor of the Senators. Miller will walk it up slowly here, moving right to left.
Springfield High will slow down here as they'll go what looks like into the one-shot offense with 50 seconds remaining in the quarter. Mitch Logan with the ball, passes it back to Shane Miller, who will
see,
hold it here.
We're on Shane Miller's time right now,
We
Avery.
are. The tactic we saw at City a few years ago when Southeast barely beat Springfield High School. You remember that game, Alonzo?
Yes, I do. Less than 30 seconds to go in this first period now. Now we see some movement from this Senator offense as Coach Joby Crum yells out some commands. 15 seconds on the clock. That's Miller at center court. 10 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Miller pulls up for three. High bounce, can't finish. Rebound will go to Plains. 3 seconds on the clock now. Marshall at the horn. Can't get it to go. And after 8 minutes of play, it's been all Senators. 20-4 is our score after 1 period of play.
Springfield High dominating so far in this one. Lots of points on the board for Springfield High. However, the three-pointers have not been falling like Springfield High usually likes them to be. Springfield 0 for 5 in the game from beyond the arc, and Pleasant Plains has just taken 1. However, they missed their 1 three-point attempt. Springfield High is 2 for 4 at the line, whereas Pleasant Plains is 2 for 2 at the line. Plains already with 4 team fouls as compared to Springfield High's 2 team fouls. And that is your stat line provided by your color commentator, Avery Pound, over here.
There's obviously a big difference in score. 20-4 is our score right now in favor of the Senators, and a big part of that maybe because of the turnovers. You look at Pleasant Plains turnovers, they have 9 of those right now to the Springfield Senators 2. Springfield High will start off with the basketball. They have Benny Slater, Shane Miller, Dalen Banks, Brandon Robinson, as well as Griffin Burke on the court for them. They're leading this ball game 20-4. Inside to Miller, as we have a foul on the floor. Burke wanted to shoot that three-pointer. He was wide open, but unable to do so as the foul was called.
Hate to correct you there, Alonzo. That's actually Cooper Burke. Both twins on the team. Both twins got in some playing time and points last night.
Miller will bring it on out. Slow things up for this offense. That's Slater at the top of the key. Burke now deep. 3 off the front iron. Can't finish. Rebound goes to Guernsey. As he'll bring it up to the court for the Cardinals. He's guarded by Benny Slater. Williams on the right side. Now inside with a tough layup, and he scores over 2 bodies. That was Brady Marshall on that layup. 20-6 in favor of the Senators. Miller spins, shoots, and scores. And with about 4 red jerseys in there in the lane.
Impressive shot from Shane Miller as he gets those 2 points to drop.
Just about a minute into the second period, 22-6 is our score. On the right wing, driving, shooting, Pankey can't finish. Rebound tipped in the air and picked up by Brandon Robinson of Springfield High. Up ahead, it's a low pass to Dalen Banks, who handles it in. Miller will bring it out and slow things up. Deep 3 now from Miller, can't finish. Joby Crum unhappy with that shot taken by Miller. On the right side is Williams. He's guarded by Miller here. Williams will drive. Lane, and a foul on the floor prior to the shot. Going to be charged against Shane Miller. That's his first personal. Cardinals looking for some offense here, trailing this ball game 22-6. On the right side, deep 3 won't go. As that'll be an offensive rebound. Second chance as he's fouled on the layup. That was Brady Marshall on that rebound and shot, so he'll go to the line for 2 free throws here. As that was charged to Shane Miller again, so he's going to have a seat, I assume, here. As both Jeffrey Elms and Mitchell Logan will come to the scorer's table. As Miller and Burke will both have a seat. Second shot is good. It's 22-7 in favor of the Senators.
Plains now 3 for 4 at the line.
Mitchell Logan's running this offense as Shane Miller's currently on the bench with 2 fouls in less than 30 seconds. Left side, it's Banks. As he tried to give it down low to Slater, who couldn't handle it, and the Cardinals will get it back here. Mason Williams will bring it up as he passes up ahead to Justin Guernsey. He's guarded by Logan. Guernsey in the lane, inside. Pump fake, shot, can't finish. Robinson with the rebound. Brady Marshall on that shot. Head coach for Pleasant Plains wanted a foul on that shot, didn't get one.
It's going to be a foul on the floor. We'll see who that's charged to. That foul will be charged to Mason Williams, his second personal foul of the game. Pleasant Plains 6 team foul. Head coach Kyle Weber will place Mason Williams on the bench as Mitch Logan inbounds it to Benny Slater.
22-7 is our score in favor of Springfield High. Just over 5 minutes to go in this half. Slater now for 3, can't finish. Here come the Cardinals moving the other way. It's Watson slowing things down. Gives it off to Guernsey. Guernsey in the lane with the left hand, can't finish. Robinson with the rebound. Brandon Robinson standing at 6'5", big man for Springfield High as Banks pulls up for 3 and he can't finish himself. Logan picks up the offensive rebound, long pass to Banks who corrals that in, and he'll slow things down offensively.
Springfield High really struggling from beyond the arc so far. 0 for 9 when attempting 3-point shots.
Inside now to Slater. Looking to back down his man as he'll bring it back out. Thought about the shot, now inside to Robinson as that was hit off his feet. Low pass from Slater resulted in the turnover.
5th turnover of the game for Springfield High. Plains with 9 so far.
Inside to Marshall trying to make something out of nothing. Fadeaway shot, can't finish. But that was put back up by Justin Guernsey who picked up the loose change. It's 22-9 in favor of the Senators.
Impressive play from the Pleasant Plains big fella right there.
Inside to Robinson, back out to Elms. This offense looking for an opening. Can't find one at the moment. Here's Slater in the lane with a tough layup, and he scores. Over 3 red jerseys there makes it a 24-9 ball game with 3:40 to go in the half.
Hey, double screen, up high, AJ, Prosecco.
Backdoor pass, nice pass there as they finish the layup. That's Justin Guernsey on that layup, 24-11. Slater with a pull-up jumper from the baseline, can't finish. Another rebound goes to Plains. They almost lost it there. Picks it back up. Here's Watson on the left side. Watson gets it to Guernsey now for 3. High bounce, can't finish. Robinson will pick up the rebound, but there's a foul prior to that rebound. That's going to be charged to Brady Marshall.
Brady Marshall's 3rd foul of the game.
We have another mass timeout here. 3:04 to go in the half. 24-11 our score in favor of Springfield High.
Alonzo, I'm curious about what you're seeing so far, but one thing Springfield High's really struggled with is shooting, especially shooting from beyond the arc. They've taken 9 attempts from 3-point range, and so far none of them have dropped. What are you thinking Springfield High is struggling with right now?
Well, this team is full of shooters. I mean, we've seen that. Shane Miller, Benny Slater, Dalen Banks, they all can shoot. But like you said, they're just not hitting them at the moment. You know, we don't have a ton of size on this Senator team. I mean, we have Brandon Marshall, and Slater's got some height to himself. But other than that, we just have a team full of shooters. And we're unable to shoot, but it hasn't mattered much as Senators are up 24-11 at the moment.
I've noticed a lot of tough plays in the paint. I think that's where they're really winning this ball game. Tough plays in the paint and forcing Pleasant Plains turnovers so far. They've forced 9 of them, and we've noticed capitalization on almost all those turnovers in Springfield High points. Not too many free throws in the game so far. Springfield High is still just 2 for 4 at the line, whereas Plains is 3 for 4 at the line. And as we come back into this game from the mask timeout rather, we'll have Brandon Robinson, Mitch Logan, Benny Slater, Shane Miller, and Dalen Banks all in the game for Springfield High School.
3:04 to go in this half. 24-11 is our scores. Brandon Robinson's at the line for 1-and-1 free throws as the Senators are in the bonus. Can't convert on the free throw, but it's inside to Robinson following the offensive rebound, and he scores 26-11. In the corner, wide open, Watson for 3, can't hit it. Offensive rebound for Plains. That one went to Nick Sabo. Deep 2 from Watson again, can't hit it. Another offensive rebound from the Cardinals. Floating layup, can't finish. Second chance won't go either. A couple of missed scoring opportunities there from the Cardinals. As the Senators moving the other way, it's Miller with a tough shot, and he hits it.
Nice shot from Shane Miller right there.
28-11 with just about 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. McFadden, as that pass is intercepted by Slater. Here he comes. Slater in the lane with a wild circus shot. Can't finish as Miller tried to save it. As he disagrees with the call, as the referee said he was out of bounds when he touched it, as the Cardinals will regain.
Looked like a little contact on Benny Slater's. You don't often see him lose possession of a ball like that. However, Plains ball nonetheless here is Mason Williams will inbound it for the Cardinals.
Mason Williams and A.J. Pankey both check into the game for the Cardinals. Just over 2 minutes to go in the second period, 28-11. On the right side is Williams, now inside. Tough layup! Wow. Sent back by Dalen Banks from behind. Zach Powell unable to convert on that layup for the Cardinals, and it's the Senators moving ahead. Logan from the right wing, inside to Robinson as he shuffled his feet there. It's a turnover forced by the Cardinals as they'll pick it back up here. 28-11 is our score, with 1:40 to go in this second period. Mason Watson brings it across the court for the Cardinals here. As they look to get something going offensively. Pankey's at the top of the key. Gives it on the left side to Powell, who gives it to Williams in the corner. Up to Watson as they're unable to find any opening here offensively. Three-pointer from the corner from Guernsey. As that won't go. Rebound picked up by Dalen Banks, is able to get that save. And
nice hustle play from Dalen Banks to get it back in bounds for Benny Slater to take up court here.
1 minute to go in the second period. It's Logan in the corner. Long pass cross court to Miller. Slater thought about the shot from the left wing. Less than a minute to go in this second period. Slater, Euro step in the lane off the glass. Can't finish. Second chance, won't go.
Act hard, and he'll draw a foul. That foul will be charged to number 22, A.J. Pankey of the Pleasant Plains, as Jeffrey Elms will come over here to the scorer's table, waiting to check in after this free throw by Benny Slater.
As will Brady Marshall for Pleasant Plains as Slater misses the first free throw. Elms will check into the game for Shane Miller. 43 seconds to go in the half. 28-11 our score in favor of Springfield High. As Slater converts on one of his two free throws. 29-11. Senators leading big, approaching halftime. Backdoor pass, tipped out of bounds, off the hands of Justin Guernsey, as Miller's going to check back in the game after a quick break, as will Zach Powell.
Brandon Robinson will come out of the game for Springfield High, and Brady Marshall will have a seat for Pleasant Plains as he has 3 fouls so far in this ball game.
25 seconds to go in this half. 29-11. As Shane Miller will look to run out the clock here, it appears. 15 seconds on the clock now for the Senators. 10 seconds on the clock as they look for an opening. It's Elms on the right wing, up top to Miller. Elms in the corner now. Miller, deep. 3, can't hit it. Rebound will go to Plains. They get it back as that shot won't count, won't go, however. So after 16 minutes of play, 29-11 is our score in favor of the Senators. They're leading big after one half.
They are leading big. So far, a nice half of defense from Springfield High. A couple tough plays in the paint, nice layups. However, the three-pointers and free throws have not been falling for Springfield High. 0 for 10 at three-point range, as they're just 3 for 7 at the line as well. Pleasant Plains 3 for 4 at the line, and they're also 0 for 4, so a big 0 for at the three-point range as well. So far, no three-pointers have dropped, and it really catches my eye as that's something we don't often see in varsity high school basketball. We hope you join us for the second half of play, as we'll be back in just a few moments. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Willard Dewey Gymnasium. We apologize for you not being able to be with us here tonight, as that's going to be the case for most of the season, I feel. But thankfully, we have this great platform, great videographers over here, and great tech support here at Springfield High to help bring this game to you in the comfort of your home, the comfort of your car, the comfort of wherever you may be. It's your color commentator and play-by-play announcer, Mr. Avery Pound and Alonzo Veach here, and we hope to bring you the best second half coverage that we can possible. On the court for Springfield High to start this second half is the same as who started: Benny Slater, Mitch Logan, Shane Miller, Jeffrey Elms, and Dalen Banks. On the other side for Pleasant Plains, we have Brady Marshall, Mason Williams, Mason Watson, Justin Guernsey, and last but not least, we have AJ Pankey. Mason Williams will check it in, and I'll give it back to you, Alonzo.
So the Senators are leading big to start this second half, 29-11. That backdoor pass was corralled in by Justin Guernsey, but not before he traveled. So another turnover forced by the Senators, and they'll get it back here. As we switch courts, Mitchell Logan will bring it up for the Senators, moving left to right. Logan gives it up top to Shane Miller. Thought about the shot. He keeps it. Good ball moving here by the Senators as they look for an opening. Slater pulls up for two, and it's good.
Good pull-up jumper from Benny Slater to put 2 points on the board, as they are the first points of this second half of action.
With a hand in his face, that didn't phase him. Makes it a 20-point ball game, 31-11. As Williams looks like he carried the basketball there. He got called for it. And another turnover forced by the Senators.
2 turnovers already by Plains in this just under a minute of play, and up to 13 total in the game so far.
That's the Springfield High's 6 as Miller drives into the lane, and it's a travel violation forced against Shane Miller.
Just as we talk about turnovers, that'll be the 7th of the game for Springfield High School. So Mason Williams will dribble the ball and take it up court here.
Already a couple total turnovers in this game, about a minute into this third period. Up top, it's Watson for the Cardinals. Brady Marshall will drive the baseline, and we have a foul charge against Mitchell Logan. That's Logan's second personal foul. First team foul of this half for the Senators. In the corner now, it's Watson up to Williams, who will slow things down. Guernsey on the right wing, brings it on out. He'll get a screen from Brady Marshall. AJ Pankey now on the left side. Three-pointer for Guernsey. Can't hit it. Dalen Banks will pick up the rebound. Slater now at the top of the key for the Senators. They're leading big in this one, 31-11. Logan for three from the left side. High bounce, won't go. Down low to Plains. It's Marshall down low. Now driving baseline, it's Guernsey. As the Senators will get it back again. Back and forth we go. Banks for three on the left side. He got it.
Finally, we have a three-pointer. First three-pointer of the game, as Springfield High is now 1 for 12 from beyond the arc. Dalen Banks himself 1 for 4 now.
Dalen Banks, one of the top three-point shooters for the Senator team. He showed it off there. Wide open down low in the lane, and that's good for two. That was Mason Watson, who was wide open down low in the lane, makes it a 34-13 ball game.
We just mentioned the three-point shooting from Dalen Banks. Last season, he took a total of 104 three-pointers and made 38 of those.
Long pass to Slater on the left side. As the Senator offense will slow down, perhaps killing some clock here. As Banks again for three from the right side, can't finish. And the Cardinals will pick it back up here. Just under 5 minutes to go in this third period, 34-13. Here's Guernsey driving to the lane as he lost the handle of it, and the Senators will get it back. Up ahead to Elms. Elms down low to Banks with the left hand, and it's good. Good ball movement as the Senators were able to get down the court quicker than the Cardinals were able to. Makes this a 36-13 ball game. Up top, three-pointer for Guernsey. Can't hit it, and Miller will pick up the rebound. Miller looking to move coast to coast. Miller dumps it on down to Slater, who dumps it on down!
Benny Slater with the jam sandwich on that one.
As a timeout will be taken by Kyle Weber following that Benny Slater dunk. 38-13 is our score, 4:16 to go in the third.
That's vintage Benny Slater. We saw a lot of those last year. Those who watched the North Mac game last night or were at it saw a lot of those too, as Springfield High as a team had a total of 6 dunks. 3 of those were from Benny Slater, 2 were from Mitch Logan, and 1 were from the sophomore who made his varsity debut last night, Brendan Robinson. Springfield High with a 25-point lead here in this game, is they've just been commanding all game, haven't they, Alonzo?
Absolutely. Another thing we talked about is turnovers being a huge factor. Pleasant Plains with 14 turnovers to Springfield High's 7.
Once again, we thank you all for joining us here tonight. I'd like to talk about some upcoming games for the boys basketball team. Today, here they are against Plains in their last out-of-conference game until they play Southeast on Tuesday. That'll open up CS8 play. Springfield High will go to Jersey Community High School on Wednesday to play another out-of-conference game, and then Friday they'll finish off the week with a trip to Normal U High for an in-conference game that'll count towards their conference record. Conference records are important this year, as the only postseason is a conference tournament, and that conference tournament, whether you're home or away and in a friendly or unfriendly gym, will come down to your seeding and how many wins and losses you have in the conference. You just get to play each team once, so you got to make those games count. But we'll focus here on the Sangamo CS8 matchup tonight, and we'll focus on the in-conference matchups later.
Our next broadcast will be the Southeast Spartans and the Springfield Senators, as Williams will pull up for 3, nothing but there, and the Senators will push it up quickly. Miller pulls up, can't hit it, as Williams will get the rebound. Next broadcast will be the Spartans and Senators ladies Tuesday night. We'll have that for you here from the Willard Dewey Gymnasium. The boys will be playing the Spartans at Southeast that same night.
Brendan Robinson checks into the game for junior Jeffrey Elms. Jeffrey Elms, a multi-sport athlete, expected to be the starting running back this year on the football team.
38-13 is our score, with 3:35 to go in the third as things slow up here for the Senators. Banks in the corner for 3. Won't go as the rebound will be fought over and picked up by Pleasant Plains. Banks trying to stick with it, but Guernsey will pull away. Step back 3 now from the right side. It's good. That's Evan Hauser for 3 from the right wing.
Plains' first made three-pointer of the game, as they're now 1 for 8 from beyond the arc. Springfield High 1 for 14 at that range.
38-16 our score following that three-pointer. It's Slater in the corner, down low to Banks. It's a no-look pass given right back up to the to the Cardinals rather. It's Hauser who will slow things down. The pressure was forced by Dalen Banks, forcing him to throw up a pass that was tipped out of bounds by Shane Miller. So the Cardinals will inbound it again here.
Hey, line to get it in.
2:48 to go in the third. 38-16. It's been all Senators today. Justin Guernsey will bring it up court for the Cardinals. Guernsey now for 3. In and out. Rebound goes to Springfield High. Here's Miller, nice pass to Slater, who puts it up and in. The big duo we've seen for the past 4 years from Springfield High. They will be deeply missed following this season, as they're both seniors. 40-16 is our score in favor of Springfield High.
Shane Miller continuing his basketball career next year at Illinois Wesleyan.
As we have an and one there from Mason Williams, who's fouled on the shot. He converted on the layup, so he'll go to the line for one free throw here. Now Shane Miller and Benny Slater have made a number of memories over the past 4 years. Just to name off a few, they both hit their 1,000th point playing for Springfield High last year.
Benny Slater's happened to be at City, which was incredible on the final night against Southeast, as Mason Williams drains his free throw to convert on that three-point play. And Shane Miller's 1,000-point game happened to be at the Bowl in Jacksonville. Alonzo and I were lucky enough to be broadcasting that one, and what a moment it was for us and him and the entire Springfield High sports community.
As Miller here pulls up for a deep three, can't hit it. Burke will pick up the rebound. Burke back outside to Miller, who will slow things down. Slater on the right side. This offense looks to slow up. Burke in the corner now, three-pointer, and we have a foul off the ball. I believe. Yeah, that's going to be on Shane Miller off the ball, so the Cardinals will get it back. That's Shane Miller's third personal foul of this game.
Springfield High, both Shane Miller and Mitch Logan starting to rack up the fouls. They each have 3 so far in this ball game.
Now going into freshman year, everybody was excited to see Benny Slater and Shane Miller play together on the same court. Nobody more excited than Joby Crum, who has grown a great relationship with both of them.
He certainly has. That'll be a turnover there.
They've definitely met the expectations that were set by the area. And as we mentioned last night, 3 weeks ago, we were almost sure that we wouldn't have a basketball season. And it would have been a shame to see Shane Miller and Benny Slater not go out on their own terms. But luckily, we were able to have a season, and they're able to play out their senior year.
It's hard for us to predict how this season can end, but at least we can say, and they can all say, that they were able to get in 2 games this year, which is something most of us never thought possible.
As they will try to slow up this offense. 40-19 is our score, as Slater will pull up for a 2, unable to convert, and the Cardinals will get it back. That's Nick Sable who lost the basketball there, and Miller picks up the loose change, floats it up to Slater, who jams it on home.
The old Dunkaroo from Benny Slater on that one.
As we have a carry called there against Mason Williams. Zach Powell will check into the game for the Cardinals. Less than a minute to go in this third period. 42-19 our score.
Zach Powell, the 6'5" sophomore, coming into the game here for Pleasant Plains.
Logan will bring it up for the Senators as they will look to dribble out the clock here. 40 seconds are on the clock and counting.
42-19 is your score here in the third quarter of play of the Springfield High boys basketball game, taking on the Cardinals of Pleasant Plains.
25 seconds on the clock here. It's Burke on the right side. Back to Miller, who will bring it out and slow things down again. Less than 20 seconds to go now. That's Logan on the left side, and now the Senators will go. Logan to the right side, it's Burke. Now back to Miller, 7 seconds on the clock. Inside Miller now, tough layup, and he's fouled, unable to convert, which leaves 4 seconds on the clock. In this third period, Shane Miller will go to the line for 2 free throws. That foul was charged to Evan Hauser. That's his first personal.
Second team foul of the half for Plains. Springfield High with 3 team fouls so far. Shane Miller looks to make this free throw.
As he converts on the first one, Brandon Robinson and the other Burke brother, Griffin Burke, check into the game. (43-19) is our score. As Miller hits the second, 44-19, with 4 seconds to go in the third period. As Peyton Webster will check into the game for Shane Miller. Here's the Cardinals now. It's Guernsey at the horn, unable to convert. And after the third period of play, the Senators leading big once again, 44-19 our score after 3 periods.
Springfield High maintaining that 25-point lead. That 25-point lead is coming via good defense and forcing a lot of turnovers. That's something we've noticed a lot this game. Their offense has been doing really well despite struggling from three-point range and at the free throw line. Springfield High has gotten a little better at the line as Shane Miller just sunk both of his last 2. They're 5 for 9 at the line, but they're still 1 for 16 from beyond the arc. That's a staggering number to me. Plains is also 1 for 10 beyond the arc, and it makes me wonder if there's something in the air tonight preventing those 3-pointers. What do you think, Alonzo?
Very possible. As I mentioned earlier, this team's full of shooters. It's unusual to see them miss this many 3-pointers. But again, that could just be the early season jitters you see from teams.
Something many coaches were worried about with this season starting up so quickly, without much notice, is exhaustion and quick exhaustion of players, but we haven't really noticed that so much in this game. We return to action as Peyton Webster will take control of the Springfield High offense at the top of the key.
Both Burke brothers are on the court as we speak, Griffin and Cooper. That's Cooper down to Griffin Burke. Back out to Webster. Now inside to Robinson. As his offense will slow up, take their time. They're leading this ball game 44-19. Down low to Robinson, looking for space. Robinson, fake, shoot, can't finish. Cardinals pick up the rebound. It's up ahead to Mason Williams, who gets that one picked.
Referee couldn't get the whistle in his mouth, and he hollers for a whistle as Peyton Webster stepped out of bounds with the ball.
See, the referees have to have their whistle underneath their mask. The official who was on that call lost the whistle, so he just kind of used his voice to make the call there. It was out of bounds off the Senators as the Cardinals have it back here. Guernsey puts up a tough shot, unable to convert. It looked like there might have been a foul that should have been called there. However, McFadden's able to put up the layup for 2, making it a 44-21 ball game with less than 7 minutes to go in the 4th period. Webster brings it up for the Senators on the right side. It is Cooper Burke who gets that one tipped out of bounds off of Justin Guernsey, and the Senators will inbound it again. Webster will bring it across the timeline for the Senators as they will slow down their pace here.
Travel called on Cooper Burke there.
Another turnover for the Senators here as they're not letting off that gas pedal. They continue to have that pressure defense, leading by as large as they do here. Seems to be working, 44-21. Powell in the lane, tough layup, and he finishes. 44-23 is our score.
We have strictly underclassmen in the game for Springfield High, composed of 2 juniors and 3 sophomores. However, a whole gang of seniors has just arrived at the scorers table for Springfield High.
As Robinson got that ball swatted away, and the Cardinals will get it back. On the other side, pass intercepted by Burke. Here comes Elms as he's hacked and fouled by Mason Watson.
Benny Slater, Shane Miller, Dalen Banks, and Mitch Logan lurking as they'll enter the game now for both Burke brothers, Peyton Webster, and the starter Jeffrey Elms.
Evan Hauser will check into the game for a very frustrated Mason Watson. Logan will get a screen from Slater. Logan now to Miller on the right side. Miller pulls up for 2, misses short, and the Cardinals pick up the rebound. 5.5 to go in this 4th period, 44-23 in favor of Springfield High School. It's Hauser for a deep 3 right wing. As that won't go, rebound goes to Robinson. As the Cardinals are trying to force the pressure, maybe a bit too much pressure, as it results in a foul. Charge to Justin Guernsey as the Senators will get it back underneath their opponent's basket.
Justin Guernsey charged with a technical foul earlier in the game, but that's just his second personal foul. As Benny Slater will inbound it to Glenwood transfer, Mitch Logan will take it up the court to begin play for the Springfield High offense.
Just over 5 minutes remaining in this ball game here as Slater is at the top of the key to Shane Miller. Essentially trying to kill this clock as much as they can here as Slater pulls up for a 2, and it's good. 15-footer, able to convert, 46-23.
We've seen lots of those kinds of shots going for Springfield High, just not many long-range shots.
As Powell drove in the lane, kicks it outside to Guernsey for 3 off the iron, can't finish. Offensive rebound, swatted away by Dalen Banks. Still loose as we'll whistle off of Dalen Banks. Dalen Banks disagrees, however, as a timeout will be taken by Pleasant Plains. Rather, it's going to be a mask timeout, actually.
Dead ball within the 5-minute mark of each quarter, and they'll head over to the bench and take their masks off for a quick breather.
These mask breaks are 90-second breaks here.
Official timeouts, not charged to either team. Coaches have a chance to talk it over with their team. However, a couple different styles here of how they're going to do that. Coach Joby Crumb's going around and talking to individuals, whereas the Plains coach, Coach Kyle Weber, has his team huddled around him, drawing up a couple plays on the old whiteboard.
Thank you for tuning in to this non-conference matchup between the Pleasant Plains Cardinals and the Springfield Senators. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday night as the Lady Senators will take on the Southeast Spartans at home. The boys will be at Southeast. And that following Friday, both teams will take on U High as the girls will be here and the boys will be in Bloomington Normal for that game.
You can find the Southeast Boys game on the Southeast High School YouTube channel. It'll be streamed live.
That pass was picked and intercepted by Shane Miller. He will lay it in himself, making it a 48-23 ball game.
20 turnovers on the game for Pleasant Plains.
Springfield High's 10. 3-pointer from the corner from Pankey, and he hits it.
Second made 3 of the game for Pleasant Plains, as Springfield High still just has 1 in this ball game.
Inside to Robinson, puts up a hook shot, and it rattles on in.
Wow.
Got the happy bounce there. 50-26 in favor of the Senators, as the Cardinals will push it up ahead quickly. On the left side, 3-pointer again from Pankey, as he's unable to hit that one, as that will go over the backboard, and the Senators will get it back. Brady Marshall will check into the ball game for Zach Powell.
Brady Marshall with 3 fouls in the game so far. He's had to sit on the bench quite a bit with those fouls, but Dalen Banks will take it up here.
Logan's on the right side. Now inside to Robinson. He gets double teamed. He's in trouble. Outside to Slater, who'll drive in the lane.
Wow!
And he slams it home!
Big jam from Benny Slater. That's his second of the game.
He had about 2 red jerseys right in front of him. That did not stop him one bit. 52-26. My goodness. As that one gets stolen away by Mitchell Logan. Up ahead to Dalen Banks, who gets that one stripped, and it'll go out of bounds off of the Cardinal. As that was Justin Guernsey who swatted that one away. And the Senators will inbound it underneath their basket. 52-26 with 3:17 to go in the fourth.
Fouls have been hard to come by in this half, as Springfield High just has 3 team fouls and Pleasant Plains has 4. Both teams playing a little more conservative, and Shane Miller will inbound this ball over the reaching arms of Mason Williams here momentarily, after the ref has a word with both of them. Unsure of what they're talking about, but nonetheless he'll blow the whistle.
Robinson from the top of the key, now down low, fadeaway shot, and it's good. Nice move from the big man there. Makes it a 54-26 ball game with just over 3 minutes to go in regulation. Watson gets double teamed on the sideline, and there'll be a foul called from the far side official. Charged to Shane Miller. That's his second personal as Peyton Webster.
Correction, that's actually Shane Miller's fourth personal.
Fourth personal, rather.
The 2 on the board was from the Pleasant Plains number 5, which would be Justin Guernsey from earlier.
Griffin Burke and Peyton Webster both check into the game for Springfield High. Pankey looked to drove. He got that one tipped away, but got it back. Now it's a 3 from the corner as he's unable to finish as Dalen Bank gets it right back up. Watson in the lane gets that swatted away from Brandon Robinson as the Cardinals get it back. Inside the lane is Marshall, but before the shot was good, we have a traveling violation and another turnover for Pleasant Plains.
Senior Gianni Meninghetti will check into the game for Brendan Robinson, as will Ian Jones, a junior, and Redarius Jackson, another junior for Springfield High School. Mitch Logan will have a seat on the bench, as will Dalen Banks.
Peyton Webster will bring it up for the Senators, moving left to right. 2:30 to go in the fourth quarter, 54-26 in favor of Springfield High. Griffin Burke on the far side, just outside the arc, gets a screen from Redarius Jackson as Burke walked with it. The Cardinals will get it back here.
Another turnover for Springfield High as they're up to 12 on the game.
So Senators will likely come out on top following just 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this ball game. As that's a nice spin move from the Cardinals, and that got tipped in. Unsure of who tipped that one in specifically. Makes it a 54-28 ball game. Following this game, the Senators will go to 2-0 after defeating North Mac last night in Verdon by a large margin as well.
North Mac, formerly a member of the Sangamo Conference, and they used to play Plains every year. However, they have switched conference now and are no longer in the Sangamo Conference with Pleasant Plains.
54-28 is our score. It's been all Senators this evening. Pankey gets that one swatted away, and Peyton Webster will push it up the court himself. Webster with the right hand, foul, no foul rather. The Cardinals will pick up the rebound. Tossed up ahead to Brady Marshall. Marshall going the other way himself. Marshall up and under, fouled and one.
Lots of contact in the paint as Brady Marshall was able to force that one in to the basket.
That foul is charged to Griffin Burke as Brady Marshall will go to the line for one free throw, trying to make this a three-point play following the made layup, and he's unable to do so as the rebound will go to Gianni Meneghetti. 1:15 to go in the fourth. 54-30 is our score in favor of Springfield High as they'll look to kill the clock here. Meneghetti will pull up from the baseline. Unable to finish. Long pass up ahead to Brady Marshall for the Cardinals. Marshall with the right hand lays it on in. 54-32 in favor of Springfield High.
22-point ball game with 50 seconds remaining as that foul will be charged to Mason Watson of Pleasant Plains. Peyton Webster drew the foul as there will be a flurry of Plains players who will check into the game. Zach Powell, Tristan Gleason, Drew Cox all check into the game, as does Benton Collins for Pleasant Plains.
As we mentioned, our next broadcast will be Tuesday night right here at the Willard Dewey Gymnasium as the girls team will face the Southeast Spartans. The boys will face the Spartans at their place across town. All conference games on Tuesdays and Fridays this year in the CS8. As Webster will bring it out, clock at 20 seconds. Meneghetti will get it back here, clock at 15 seconds. It's Jones inside to Jackson now. Jackson under the basket, ran into a bunch of red jerseys. Clock at 8 seconds now. Three-pointer from Webster won't go as the Cardinals will pick up the rebound, and that should do it. as the Springfield Senators will come out on top 2-0 in non-conference play as they defeat the Pleasant Plains Cardinals in demanding fashion 54-32.
Springfield High showing their true colors tonight as they played really well. Something that Coach Joey Crom had talked about all off-season, hoping for a great season. They are missing a few pieces tonight. Tyven Garrison down in Florida playing basketball this year. And Artez Hansen suffered an injury to his leg last night and was unable to play tonight. It's unclear of his condition now, but we'll see if he'll be able to get back into the action in the coming future. But overall, Springfield High played really well tonight. Final score of 54-32. We thank you all, for those of you who are Springfield High fans and those of you who are Pleasant Plains fans, for joining us tonight. We hope to have you back in our future broadcasts. Have a safe evening. Good night.